You're not making it easy enough on your customer to come to you if you're trying to talk to them too early. And that's what most of you are doing. So if you find yourself trying to convince your avatar, like, I know you, I understand you, I see your whole journey, you really do have this problem, you're talking to them way too early. And you need to talk to them once they're already problem aware and they're searching for you and they're ready to go. Okay, so this episode is a common rant for the two of us, and it helps answer so many questions that we get on a regular basis. And so this is all about when you turn people away, what happens, and why you actually need to do more of it. Right?
Niching down. Yes, we're going to talk all about it.
Yeah, so you're amazing at this. I would love it if you would unpack for the audience, because you're such a master at explaining niching. What does it mean? Why do we need it?
Yeah. So you see, most people in their business, they go too broad and too general. And when you talk to everyone, you end up helping no one. This is really important because we get into this people pleasing mode where I've got to solve the problems for everybody. I've got to help and serve everyone. And when you do that, no one feels seen, heard, or relatable to you. You're too watered down with everything. The opposite, when you get very laser specific and you get very clear on who you're talking to, and you solve a particular problem for that group, then you make the people that are attracted to you feel very seen, very heard, very understood. And you've mastered niching down. Then you become the master in that area.
I think that's so important because people stress about competition a lot in their fields and being the first or, the loudest or the only. And you can't do that unless you are being extremely specific with your niche. And then all those concerns become irrelevant, But this is something that I really want people to understand. You're not making it easy enough on your customer to come to you if you're trying to talk to them too early. And that's what most of you are doing. So if you find yourself trying to convince your avatar, like, I know you, I understand you, I see your whole journey, you really do have this problem, you're talking to them way too early. And you need to talk to them once they're already problem aware and they're searching for you and they're ready to go. It makes your life easier. It's more respectful to them. Like, let them have their early journey without you. Help them come in when they actually know they need you.
Yeah, that's actually really important because so many people are not meeting people where they are. They're meeting them way at a different place in the path, and they're wondering why they're not needing their help. They're not meeting them in their pain or their current problem at all.
Yeah, but I understand you. Yeah, you do, but you might be talking to them too early, Another piece that is really essential that will make your life easier and theirs is turning people away more, like physically telling people this is not right for you if. And people are afraid to do this because you don't want to offend anybody. And you want to say, like, I really can't help you. But guess what? If I'm not ready for you, if I'm not ready to invest in you, I already kind of know that. I feel that in my body. And if you tell me it's not right for me, I get to have a moment of tension where I get to decide, am I going to step forward into the next best version of myself? Am I ready to move forward on my timeline so that I am ready for you? So it's actually an act of service to turn me away when I'm not ready for you.
Also, while you're turning that person away, other people are taking notice and raising their hand because you're speaking to them. And the best way to do this is to literally use the simple language. If you're the type of person who, blah, 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 you're who I can serve. If you are the person who you're not the right person for this, and get very clear with people. In fact, people miss this on social media all the time, by the way. I'll watch people on social media on their stories and they're talking so general, but then you're wondering why you don't have the views on your stories or people aren't engaging. Well, you've wasted someone's time if you didn't speak right into, hey, this is for you. If I'm about to share, this is for you. If speak to what the problem is you're solving first, who you're talking to. I do this all the time on my fat loss social media. I'll constantly say, hey, women in your 40s, 50s, and beyond, or women in midlife. And I'll say, if you're a dude or you're a woman in your 30s, this is not for you. You can scroll on by, you can skip, but get very specific with who you're talking to.
I think it's essential because, and obviously you're the master at that. You have such an amazing social presence. So it's really wonderful to see you in action doing it because it works. And when you turn people away, the right people feel so seen, it increases their trust in you and they settle in.
And I will tell you on social media, this is the number one thing I think people are missing. People are going for views or likes or shares or comments and growth and numbers, but it's not turning into customers or actually truly growing unless it's niche down. If you look at accounts that truly grow and are making money, that meaning real live customers are coming in and wanting their problem solved with you. Those are very niche down pages. They solve one problem. They're very clear about who they serve. You, by scrolling, will know exactly who they serve. And I'll tell you, I've been on a journey on my social for many years. And I noticed the times that it was not growing, the times that I was not attracting new people. It was very much because I was too general and not niche enough, because I thought I could solve all the things, which many of you listening think that. But when you can just pick and say, I'm going laser here, I'm going to go focus here, I'm going to go deeper here, you're going to start to attract more people for that exact niche.
I think that's brilliant. And I also want to add that it's not context dependent. Okay. So it doesn't matter what channel you're on. I was on a tiny little podcast for a very niche down audience. And it's how I got my first A-list celebrity client, because she heard me just doing my thing, turning people away left, right, and center. This is only for you. If this is exactly who I serve, this is the problem that I solve. Here's what you need to know. Here's how you can get your own journey the next step further. I was just serving. And she told me, I felt so seen. I thought, you must be talking only to me.
I was going to say, that's the feedback. When we get that, we know we're hitting the right niche. When someone says, I feel like you were talking right to me, I feel like you saw me, I feel like you understood me, that's what I'm after. So everybody listening right now, you listening, if you're the type of person who wants to grow your business, see what I just did? No, if you're the type of person, seriously though, who wants to grow, you've got to think, am I niche down? And is it very specific and clear what I do? You don't need a big, huge 10 paragraph description of what you do. You want to be able to really be able to sum up what you do really simply in a few words, and people scrolling your social, looking at your homepage, any of that should know exactly what you do through that. Niching down is key.
Well, that sounds like a whole nother episode that we need to do.